Okay, let's start the vlog with a little bit of information. You see this? These? Oh boy. These are dates. And in Thailand they have a different year than we do in the West. So I'm not sure, I would have to look it up which year it is right now. But yeah, so they're a bit ahead. They're living in the future, so to say. Morning. I thought I'd give you a little update because you might be wondering why there's no clips from yesterday. As you can see, probably right about now. Today is the 15th and we have no clips from the 14th. Sadly, my body decided to not being able to do anything, and instead I spent my whole day in the hotel room. Wonderful. Wonderful. But today I'm feeling better and I'm not going to spend my day in the hotel room again. I'm going to go out. We're finally going to take one of those red taxis and going to the jungle. We're going to explore that. So yeah. And now I'm going to enjoy my first cup of coffee. And afterwards I'm going to have breakfast. I'm trying to have a big breakfast, so I'm not going to get hungry. And so that I get all the energy I didn't get yesterday, because I was not able to eat yesterday. The good thing though is this hotel room has a kettle and they have tea bags, so I'm really happy. I was drinking tea, I was drinking water, I just couldn't eat anything. And I could make myself a hot water bottle by just putting hot water in an empty water bottle. So if you're ever on vacation and you need a hot water bottle for anything, just buy some water. In this case I get water from the hotel. And put hot water in the plastic bottle and then wrap it in a towel just in case so you don't get burned. So yeah. Let's hope my body won't fail me today. So I did not film how I found this path because I couldn't. But now I'm on it and it's really, really, well, it's really, really great. The only bad thing is one of my shoes got wet, so yeah. Let's just hope we don't get the strange disease soldiers got when they were in the jungle. That's not funny, but yeah. The first sign I found. first, when I started this, I thought that I was going like nowhere, but there's a lot of signs that people are here or were here, like bottles and cigarette stumps and things like that. So I am fine, but it's completely different from Korea, where all the hiking trails are like so good and so well thought out, and now I'm here. But it's fine. I think I'm now at a place where it's easier to hike than that one, and my start was a bit rocky, so yeah. But still, I'm in the middle of the jungle. This is so nice. Because today was my last day here in Chiang Mai, I thought I should do a little recap, even though I can't recap a lot. So as you've seen, I've went to the old part of the city twice. On my first day, right after I arrived, so I put everything away and then I just walked over there and had a little look. And the day after, I also went out. I didn't really film the first part of that day because I went to similar places and I didn't want to film all of that again. So all you saw from that day was my trip during like the evening when I took a different route. And yeah, but everything was still like in this old part of the city. It's quite easy to see where old Chiang Mai is because every time you just like surrounded by a street and you can see the old walls. So that's very cool. Wherever you go, whenever you come out of that part, you can see like the old walls, and it is a square. It is the old part of Chiang Mai is just a square, and there's a few temples in there. There's a few temples surrounding it, and I have visited a few, but most of the times I have not filmed that because that feels really wrong. I can film it from the outside, but going in, and today I even did some praying and I bought some flowers to offer. So yeah, I'm not going to film that. That just feels wrong. You wouldn't go into a church and film there, would you? I don't know. I always feel like I will burst into flames whenever I see a church, so I'm not going to do that. But today I finally went to the jungle, and that was an adventure. So first I had to take a taxi up there, and I'm pretty sure I'm really bad at haggling, and I'm pretty sure that the price I haggled for would have been for going up and going back down, but I just wanted to go up and I paid the same price. So yet still, looking at the price afterwards, it's I would have paid more for a shorter distance in Hamburg taking a taxi. So yeah, it's fine. It wasn't the world, but I know now I'm very bad at haggling, and I probably won't learn on this trip. But once I was up there, it's a beautiful place. You can have a look. It's like a sightseeing spot. But I think normally you take the taxi back up and take the taxi up, and then you can take the taxi back down again. There was a trail, so I asked someone who was there if it was allowed to go down through the forest, and she said yes, it's fine, you can do that. So I typed it in my phone with Google Translate and showed her the Thai version. I didn't ask her in English. And yeah, so I had to find the trail, and there were no signs for the trail. That was fun, and that's the part I didn't film. So because I'm sitting here, I can now tell you that there was parts of this trail where I slid down some rocks on my butt because there was no way I could have walked down there. I'm not sure if I took a wrong turn at one point and you could have gone somewhere else and it would have been easier, but yeah, that's what I did. I also had to cross a stream, and because I didn't want to jump and fall, I put one of my feet into the water, and so I had a wet foot while I was walking down. And yeah, it didn't take that long, but I found the trail, and it was so... Oh. In Korea, the hiking trails I took always were very, very well kept. You knew where you were going, you had signs. Here it was like, oh, I can see some trash on the ground, I think I'm on the right track. But I found my way back, and it wasn't a very long trail, so it wasn't that bad. And here comes the thing I think I did wrong. Even though I am not a big fan of doing tours, and I prefer doing everything on my own, I think you should do it here with a tour. This does not mean that you have to do a tour with a lot of people, because in the little booklet I told you about that I got when I came here, there were a lot of tours I probably could have done by myself, and a lot of tours that needed at least 2 people. But you don't need like a group of 20 people. So you can do tours with 1 person or with 2 persons, it's fine, but you will have a guide. And I think that's something you will need here, especially since you have to go there and come back. And it is a bit tricky, but the tours are not that expensive, so you can calculate them in. So if you want to do something like this, you might want to book some of these tours. And I might want to do something like this when I'm in the next countries. I don't think I will get another chance to do this while I'm here. I'm not sure. Maybe when I'm in Pattaya we will do something, because that's one of the stops my mom will come. So we might do something there, and we might need to book something there to do it. But yeah, it's definitely different than what I did in Korea. But that might be also because Koreans love hiking, so everywhere you go in Korea, if there's like a chance to go hiking, you can just go, because that's what they do. You don't need a guide. Here, most people tend to take a taxi, or like the bike drivers, or a lot of people own like the little motorbikes. So yeah, walking and hiking might not be that high of a thing for Thai people themselves. I don't know, I might be wrong, but yeah. So that's a big tip I can give you. If you want to do something like that, maybe book a tour. You have seen the pictures, you have seen what I filmed, you have seen that it is possible to do it, but it might not be a good idea. If you're with someone else, maybe it works out a little bit better, but when you're traveling by yourself, maybe you should book a tour. Especially since you will see more like specific places. So yeah, but it still was fun, and it was really interesting. And afterwards I walked back to the old part of the city and then back to the hotel. And also I had to stop at a mall because, as I told you, I had to put one of my feet into water, so my sock was wet and I needed new socks. Because the first thing I thought of was the soldiers in Vietnam all had wet feet and they had this strange disease, and I forgot what kind of disease it was. No, I'm not a hypochondriac, if you can call it that. I just thought, I don't think it's a good idea to have a wet foot all day long. So once I was in the mall, as I said, I took off the sock anyway, so it was just my foot in the wet shoe. But once I was in the mall, I bought these and put them on right away, so I had dry feet again, or at least one dry foot. The other one was dry anyways, but I didn't want to have like 2 different socks on. So yeah, but to summarize all of it, I think Chiang Mai is wonderful. I think it's a great place to go to and then to decide what else you want to see that's surrounding it. For example, what I probably would have liked to do would have been to do a 1 or 2 day trip to Chiang Rai, which you can do from here. So you take a tour and you go up to Chiang Rai, which is it's also called the Golden Triangle because it's the part here in Thailand where Myanmar and Laos also cross, so where the borders are. So you have Thailand, you have Myanmar, and you have Laos, if I'm correct. If I'm not correct, then I'm really sorry. I know it's Laos and I think it's Myanmar, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, it's a Golden Triangle, so that would have been really interesting. But I totally skipped that part, and because I always thought I would just take a few things with me, like a carry-on bag. I wanted to do it as short as possible so I didn't have to wash anything, but I took a bag with me anyway, so I could have stayed longer. But okay, you never know, this is the first time I'm doing something like this. You always learn, so for next time, plan longer and then do more, especially if you lose a day, like I did. I think I lost the day because I ate something two really spicy things, and even though my mouth was fine as it can be, I think my stomach was not a big fan of that much spice, so I think that's why I lost that day yesterday. So be careful, even if you think you can handle the spice, your mouth might be able to handle it, but your belly might not. Dear me. Okay. I think that's everything for now. So you will see this vlog once I'm back in Bangkok, because the internet here is not very good, so I won't be able to upload it today. But I will upload it tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see what I will do in Bangkok once I'm back there. See you then. And if I've forgotten anything I want to tell you, I will probably just edit it after this. But I think I've said everything, so see you soon. Bye!